Network and the 8KCrypto show. I want to welcome you to the live stream today. We just have to go over a few things. There's a lot of good stuff happening in the market, and it's a great time to be in crypto. I don't think you guys understand just how an amazing of an opportunity it is for you guys right now. I mean, if you're watching this right now in 2022 on live stream, and today's June 28th, man, what a great opportunity. The good thing about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is that we have the cycles. We have the halving event, which if you're not familiar with Bitcoin, right, every 4 years or so, the amount of Bitcoin that gets mined per block by the Bitcoin miners gets reduced by half. So the first block back in, I think, January 3rd, 2009, the first block was minting 50 Bitcoin per block, and then once 4 years came around, then basically reduced by half, so only 25 Bitcoin were being mined per block, and now we're at a point where we're only about like 6.5 or 6.25, something like that. So next time around is going to get reduced even by half. So Bitcoin is one of those things. It's a magical coded thing that the supply is limited, it's capped, it's fixed, and there's only so much that gets produced at any one given time. So, basic supply and demand economics, right? There's limited supply, there's a lot of demand, the price is going to go up. That's generally what everyone feels is the deal with Bitcoin. So, look, the market is kind of crazy right now. We are in this midst of this bear cycle. We will continue to likely have, new lows throughout the rest of the year. It is highly estimated. There's a lot of you look at most of the people that have been in crypto for any period of time. There is likely another bottom, lower bottom, through the rest of the year into November and possibly into December. But probably around November timeframe after the midterm elections, it will be likely that Bitcoin hits new all-time lows. People are estimating down as low as 10,000, some even down to 7. I don't think it'll go that low, to be honest with you. I would be very surprised if it doesn't go below 15, and I would be very surprised if it goes below 10. So somewhere between 10 and 15,000 is kind of where I'm going to probably settle on. If you get anywhere below 16, 17, I would probably start DCAing, for me personally. No financial advice, right? Everything we do on this channel is not financial advice, strictly for education and entertainment purposes. But yeah, anything below 17, I'm gonna start definitely buying in. I already have orders in place in a couple of exchanges. And then basically anything below 15 is I am acquiring. I will become a full Bitcoiner by the end of this bear cycle. That is the plan. So we're sticking to it. Got some cash on the sidelines, just waiting. I got my crypto bots going, so some cash is just not sitting there doing nothing because inflation sucks, right? So I have my automated crypto bots just trading all day, doing nothing except making me cash. So it's a good time to be in crypto. And look, you need to understand when we're talking about finances and everything. Obviously, this show is dedicated to crypto, but just from a personal finance perspective, look, you don't want to put all your money into one investment type. You want to diversify. It doesn't matter, which one you prefer. You like stocks, you like index funds, mutual funds, and that kind of stuff. Great. Put the majority of your money in that. That's where you feel the most comfortable. The risk is low, solid returns. Go for it, right? But should you put all your money in stocks, in mutual funds, index funds? No, of course not. You should diversify. You should probably put some in real estate. You should probably put a little bit in crypto. You should probably put some in businesses, not necessarily just in the equities, but maybe in some other type of investment, a small private firm or something like that, that isn't some big market move or anything like that. It's okay to do that kind of stuff too, right? Invest in other businesses and having multiple income streams, so that regardless of what's going on in the market, you're kind of hedging against that, right? You're either capitalizing on the growth that's happening in that particular sector, or you're just making sure you're well diversified, so if any one sector goes down, it doesn't take you out. It doesn't wipe you out of your entire portfolio, right? So I personally recommend that people not invest more than 20% in any one given asset, whether that's real estate, equities, crypto or some other type of thing. That's it's up to you, right? How you want to do it. Definitely put some money in gold and put some money in silver. You just don't know, right? You want to make sure you have a little bit of something extra. Let's say some crazy thing happens, electricity goes out, and when they say the only thing that could stop the Bitcoin at this point is if the internet were to shut down. What if there's like some crazy thing, some EMP from some solar flare or something, and it totally wipes out our electrical grid, and you can't access your crypto or something? What are you gonna do then? Don't having a little gold might, you just never know. End of the world kind of stuff, apocalypse. But look, if it's the end of the world, I don't think gold and stuff like that is gonna matter. You're gonna be fighting for survival, right? So hopefully you got a little bit something put away, little stockpile of some Second Amendment, we call them boomsticks. You gotta be careful what you say. You can't say certain things on the internet because you get in trouble with it. But yeah, that's the whole point, right? Is that you diversify, you prepare, you plan. Look, we hope and we expect the best. We hope that things are going to work out. God's going to take care of everything. Everything's going to work out for good, right? All that. But we should be smart and prepare and plan just in case. Now, am I putting everything into, thinking the world's going to end? No, of course not. But do I have a little bit of money stashed aside and some, stuff to protect myself, my family, and all that stuff, extra food and water and things like that? Of course, especially after the pandemic. How many people were scrambling for basic necessities in our modern world, like toilet paper? People panic, right? And they just start consuming and buying and hoarding and doing all kinds of crazy stuff. Imagine if some legit disaster were to befall us. I mean, let's be honest, right? There's pretty crazy people out there that could probably try to take all the good stuff and not leave anything for the rest of us. So you got to prepare right now. I'm no doomsday prep or anything like that, but I think it'd be very unwise to not even think about the future. We live in California, and we have the threat of earthquakes, so we should be having an earthquake preparedness kit, right? An emergency kit, just in case something were to happen, right? You have water, you have some non-perishable food items, all that kind of stuff. And they say you should be reviewing that stuff every year, every 2 years at the least, or at the most, and having that emergency pack just in case. So it's kind of the same thing. We got to be thinking about that. All right, now let's get into it. Today, want to make sure we talk about the market, kind of what's going on. We'll jump into charts right now, but if you could, guys, smash on that subscribe button, hit that bell so you can get notified whenever we put out new content. And I'm not sure which channel you're watching this on, whether you're on the AlphaStrong Network or the 8KCrypto show. Hit that subscribe and that like button, because that's how Google and YouTube, that's what we show up in the algorithm. So, definitely comment down below. We'd love to know where you're watching from. And, what kind of crypto projects would you like us to touch on and talk about? So, let's jump into it. We are going to dive into the market now. Let's see here. You guys can see my screen. We have Bitcoin at 20,072. Let me refresh, just make sure we got the latest and greatest. Okay, so I don't want to log in right now, sorry. I usually have my watch list where I'm watching only the top projects, but let's see where we're at here. 20,250 for Bitcoin, so we definitely have a drop today, 3% drop. ETH is also down 3.38%. We have USDC and Tether still just hanging in there. I want you guys to take a look at this. USDC has been slowly rising compared to Tether. They're only 11 billion behind Tether now. This is crazy. I have a feeling that USDC will surpass Tether probably within the next 3 months, but I would definitely say before end of the year. That's my prediction. I could be wrong. The only thing that may stop that from happening, I think, is if Tether were to somehow change their model and agree to some sort of audit or something like that, then I think that's where you might see Tether kind of come back. Now, do I think it's going to happen? I don't know. Possibly, maybe. Maybe Tether decides that, we do want to compete. We want to make sure we're at least at the table having a conversation about stable coins. I think USDC will become the stablecoin of the U.S. and eventually the world. I think Bitcoin will become the reserve currency, or at least the majority of it, and gold's kind of being a part of it. I think they're going to try to bring gold back into the mix somehow. There's just too many people that have invested in gold that they're just going to let it die out. And, they're going to want to make it, it's kind of like a hedge against Bitcoin, but they're going to make Bitcoin the reserve, the reserve currency. That's what's going to back the U.S. dollar, and they're going to make USDC the stable coin of the world. I don't know. I could be wrong. That's what I think. I think if we did that, America could secure its place in the world, basically locking in the U.S. dollar as the reserve currency. I mean, let's be honest. Would you rather use the U.S. dollar, the USDC, as a reserve currency, or the yuan, or the ruble? Because China and Russia are like trying to do that. They're trying to launch their CBDCs, their stable coin. Russia is banking on gold right now. They are taking on so much gold that they are, going to be backed by gold, and we're going to be at a disadvantage here unless we're doing something to try to stay ahead of that and make sure that U.S. has a place in the global economy. So I don't know how many of you have watched Ray Dalio or any of you have read his books. Ray Dalio, famous investor, Bridgewater Capital. But he wrote a book recently, The Principles of a Changing World Order, something like that. But if you haven't watched the videos, he's making the rounds all over YouTube, all over social media, everywhere. Watch the videos, okay? Watch what he talks about the changing world order and what's coming. America needs to step up and start to unify and stop the infighting and start to really take the leadership role in the economic forefront because on the economic front, because we are going to lose to another power, another superpower, if we don't step up and stop the fighting against each other and really rally and understand, like, we need to be strong as a nation so that we can compete on the global scale, right? And that's basically where we're at. So let's go back to the charts. Now, we'll see if that happens, if USDC ends up becoming, flips tether and becomes the top. BNB at 232, great price point. Man, it got down to about 180. So if you're into BNB and everything that's happening in the DeFi space on the BSC chain, I mean, buying BNB, you never know what kind of new products are going to come out on Binance. So having some BNB that you bought cheap, that is just sitting there, that is growing up. I mean, BNB got up to like what 500,000-600,000 in last year. So what's to say it won't get to that or higher? So it's at a great buy point, especially when there's so many projects that you need BNB in order to interact with. Something to think about. XRP 34 cents. Still waiting for that SEC case to materialize and finalize. We'll see if it settles out. Cardano down 47 cents, down almost 3%, down 130 for the 1.3% for the week. I know Cardano was killing it last week, so outperforming the rest of the market. I said we just definitely could use a little healthy retracement. I mean, these prices for Cardano are just ridiculous. Cardano got up to 310 or something like that during the bull run last year. So for 47 cents, anything under 50 cents, everything under $1 really is, I think, a great buy. I am stocking up on Cardano. I am loading up my Cardano bag right now. Crossed over the 10K mark a while back and just trying to accumulate. I'm going to continue to hit it hard. I want to get at least, I would love to get to 1 million, but we're gonna aim for 100,000 Cardano. That's what we're going for. Ultimately, I wanted to run my own stake pool, so I figured, okay, if I have 100,000, that's probably a good target, and maybe I can do more. But that's kind of what we're aiming for. We'll see about that. Solana down at 36. Look at this, 6.81% drop for the week. It was pumping and it definitely went down. So, nice little healthy correction. Basically retracing back all its gains for the week. So it's down to almost zero for the week. So that's the top of the markets. Let's just look at the top 24 hours. Shiba is down 7. Looks like people are down about 6-7%. Let's see for the top. Let's see who's winning. Terra Classic USD. Oh my God, really? They're not seriously trying to bring this back. 432%, sub 40 cents. This is just ridiculous. don't do it, guys. Don't do it. I mean, look, if you have a few extra $100, you just want to just gamble. I mean, look, not financial advice. I wouldn't do it. I'd steer clear away from anything related to Terra. But it's up to you at that point. So, all right, let's see here. Let's go into some of the charts now. Before we get, not to the charts, some of the stories. Now, before we get into the stories, I do want to talk about a sponsor of our channel. This is another one of my companies that, if you're not aware, I have a company called Digital Business Group, DBG. I'm a part owner of this company. And if you're a business owner, if you have any kind of a product that you sell, some side hustle or anything, if you want to move and you want to get in front of more people and you want to have a bigger reach and you want people coming to you to buy what you have to sell or what you're offering, then you're going to use digital marketing tools, right? You're going to use landing pages and capture pages and sales funnels and video and all this kind of stuff. All these digital marketing tools are going to help you grow your business, right? So what we've built are some digital marketing tools that are super effective, simple, easy to use, kind of a one-stop shop. We built these tools for us so we can move our business, our products, our courses, our books, and we were building it because we needed this stuff. We were tired of paying a bunch of money to gurus and marketing people and companies and everything else, just wasting tons and tons and tons of money. Thousands and thousands of dollars, me and my business partners just spending on our own businesses. And we'd say, look, we have the skills, we have the knowledge, let's just put this stuff to work for us. So we started designing and building our own stuff. And this is what we've come up with. So I'm going to share my screen here. This is Digital Business Group, DBG.global, DBG.global, okay? There's a link in the description below. You can click on that link. It's my referral link, so I will earn a little bit if you do decide to purchase this. But I want to show you guys some of the stuff that we have. These are our digital business cards. We have contact cards and business cards, and it's just a very simple way for you to get away from using a paper business card and start to get into the 21st century. Now, we also have, besides just the digital business cards and contact cards, I'm going to show you guys here, we have these smart cards and as well as some other products, some smart products. So I'm going to show you guys here. Here's my phone, okay? Let me show you my screen here. Okay. So here's my phone, all right? I'm going to bring this over so I can see here. You can see here, actually, let me put it on this camera just so you guys have it here. One second. So I'm going to put it on this camera. Okay. Here's right here. Okay. Zoom in. Now, I have this bracelet. You can see here. Okay. So you can see this bracelet. It says right here. Let me take out my Apple Watch just so you guys have it. Okay. So right here, Digital Business Group. You can't really tell, but that's what it says. DB Group. Now, here's my phone. Okay. I'm going to just tap it. Okay. All right. So just tap that. Now, just click on this link. It just pops up. Come on. Come on. There we go. And it just pops up. And now here's my business card right here. Okay. It has all my contact information and everything else. And, very simple. I could just share this. I could send this as a link. I could someone just tap it on the phone. You could use a business card. But this is bringing you into the digital age. All right. This is going to separate you and differentiate you from all the other people out there that have business cards that are handing out there, literally out there handing out papers. We're in the world of the digital age, guys. You're sitting here handing out a piece of paper as your card. It's like, okay, here's a piece of paper. Let's go kill some more trees, guys. This is digital. Okay, it's a time of ESG. All right, we should be thinking about the world and about renewable stuff. And let's go with digital technology. This is so much better. Let me tell you guys right now. Okay, this is just one simple tool as our contact card. I'll walk through some of the other things right now. But let's say you have a business card, okay? You have a business card, it has some contact information, and let's say you hand out millions, or maybe not millions, but hundreds or thousands of business cards out there to your clients, and let's say your phone number changes, or you change you move locations. Those business cards you handed out are absolutely worthless. They do not have your most up-to-date contact information. I need to change my phone number. I make a quick change right here. And now everybody who has my contact card has all my information up to date. all my links up to date, everything. So these are the type of tools that we're building. So let me go back and show you guys the rest of the tools. So we have our digital contact cards. We also have business cards. These are more functional. They have video and it just gives you a little bit more stuff. We have marketing funnels, guys. We have actual simple to use marketing funnels. You add video, you add text, you add little capture forms and stuff to get their information, move them onto other pages to maybe give them another view, a different longer video, explain more about what you do, your products and services, all that good stuff. So anyways, this is DBG. This is one of my companies. I highly suggest that you take a look at it. These are great options, very affordable pricing. And you know what, guys, we have an amazing affiliate referral program. If you want to make money just by doing what you normally do, sharing your contact card to see you give it to your clients and like, oh, I like your card. What do I need to do to get my own? There's a little link at the bottom. Say, oh, you could just get your own card. Click on that. If they buy something, then you can get a commission. So we pay very handsome and lucrative affiliate referral bonuses. So, something to take a look at. All right, let's jump into some stories here. I'm in CoinDesk. Gary Ginsler affirms Bitcoin as a commodity. Basically, this is just reaffirming what we've already said all along. Bitcoin is an asset. It is not a security. I think there's a few other projects I think that are fall in the same camp. They're definitely not security. They're just a commodity. I think there are some crypto projects that might be considered security. I think they would argue that they're not. Either way, I think just making this very clear that Bitcoin is a commodity is good for the space. Just makes it very clear on what we're dealing with and how Bitcoin is going to be taxed. I found this story here. Compass Mining loses a facility after allegedly failing to pay the power bill. So the facility owner, Dynamics Mining, publicly took to Twitter to share the letter terminating its hosting agreement with Compass Mining, saying it had unpaid bills. So the Bitcoin mining hardware and hosting company Compass Mining has lost one of its main based hosting facilities after the owner, Dynamics Mining, terminated the hosting agreement. So they haven't been paying their bills. Not sure what they're doing with their Bitcoin, but this is not good. There's another story I wanted to talk about. This is here, Kevin O'Leary. Now, Kevin O'Leary, you guys know, Mr. Wonderful. He's been on the show Shark Tank. For those of you guys that are not aware, he is pro-crypto, pro-Bitcoin, and he is all about getting the sovereign wealth pension funds, I mean, big money. You're talking about trillions and trillions of dollars into crypto, but he wants them to, well, the problem is none of them want to do it until the regulators basically just make very clear about what what they're willing to accept. And so he's pushing and calling for stablecoin regulation. Just, hey, let's just have very clear stablecoin regulation. Just give us one thing. We don't need to solve all the problems of crypto. Let's just solve stablecoins. Then we can get a bunch of money coming into the space, right? We've already have very clear things about Bitcoin being a commodity. Then great, let me put money into stablecoins so I can then move it into Bitcoin. And if I hold money in stablecoins, I'm still good. All my compliance people and my finance people and everyone feels good. Okay, stablecoins are okay. At least this particular one, USDC or whoever complies by whatever the rules are. Then that's where a lot more money can flow into the crypto space. So I wanted to talk about this because it's talking about the power, and based on the Compass Mining story, I want you guys to listen to this.
Very hard to get. But in the last 18 months, there's something else they require. They need clean power. The world has decided, for good or bad, whether you agree with it or you don't, that ESG really. And companies that don't abide by a greener future are being punished very harshly in the stock market. And I'll give you a good example. Prior to the ESG mandate put forward by BlackRock, Larry Fink at BlackRock came out with a letter 36 months ago saying, we're the largest money manager on earth, and I want to go green. And companies that don't agree with me, well, they're not going to be part of our mandate. That was a hell of a message. People thought he was kidding. Well, he wasn't. Then the SEC, just 3 months ago, put out a memo saying that they decided that maybe they should audit carbon emissions. In addition to the financial statements, the CEO, the CFO, and the board has to sign the statements And they've got to find an auditor to sign the statements because people started to use what are called carbon offsets.
So I'm going to stop it there, guys. Basically, as he goes on to talk about, how he's pushing, and he's at a forum, some kind of a talk about economics in Montana, and he's pushing the message about how we, as in America, especially the states, need to get our acts together. We need to jump on this stuff fast. We need to pass good regulations that will be friendly to businesses, and specifically using renewable energy like water from rivers and using hydroelectric power to mine Bitcoin and obviously to improve the electrical grid, but really to get into renewable sources of energy for mining Bitcoin and crypto and a bunch of other things, right? Just overall, we just need to get into renewables and everything else. But I found it very curious because he's been pushing for that. And if he can get the states to pass good regulation, pro-crypto regulation, pro-business regulation, things to help us, get off of dependence of oil, get, on board with ESG and all that stuff. And then, but still focus on crypto and mining and Bitcoin mining, but sustainable, from sustainable resources, creating all this value from the Bitcoin that's being generated, using the electricity, obviously to mine, but also to go back into the power grid for the communities there. He brings up in the video, some of the tribes that are out there that they want this stuff. They want the power that's going to help them grow food and resources and everything else. So everyone's on board with this. I love this idea. I love the fact that this is what it's going to take. We're going to need to create good synergy between the private sector, right? Between business, basically, and government, and making sure that we're working together between the federal, the state level, or even tribes and things like that. This is what's going to change and lead to America being and continuing to be at the top of innovation and, business and everything else. From what I see and what I read, mostly from what I read, there's a lot of businesses that are moving out of country, or they're moving out of certain states and going to business-friendly states. Okay, California, let's be honest, it's not a business-friendly state. It sucks doing business in California. I don't want to be here, to be honest with you. But got my family here, got my kids here, so I got to stay here, right? But if anything I can do to, do things internationally or outside of California, I'm going to do it, because it just doesn't make any sense economically to stay here and work here and only here and work out of here. So I'd rather go to states that are pro-business, pro-tax, meaning less tax, right? Things, stuff like that. All right, let's go back into one other story I wanted to touch on. Let's see here if I can find it where I was at. Oh yeah, so Cardano's July hard fork, it was supposed to go out this week. I think today, the Cardano hard fork and the Vassal hard fork, which is supposed to make things faster, get things ready so that all the dApps and everything else that's being built on Cardano runs faster, runs better, and is these are foundational things so that we can get to what's coming next, which is epic scale. Okay, so huge utility. So it looks like things are moving forward. People are testing, all the dApp developers and everyone testing it and just trying to work out, make sure all the bugs are done and cleaned up before we go live. So a lot of cool stuff happening there. Hey, if you're new to this channel, if you're new to the AlphaStrong Network, I want to welcome you to AlphaStrong. We are a Christian organization dedicated to empowering the next generation of Christian leaders to impact and influence this world for Jesus Christ and to help make him known, help make him famous. That's what we're all about. That's what AlphaStrong is all about. We're focused on Christian leadership, teaching people all about how to live an intentional Christian life, how to be very successful in whatever it is that you do, be very intentional, and know that with God on your side, you can do anything that you set your mind to, assuming it's part of his will for your life. But if you want to know more about AlphaStrong, keep watching this channel, AlphaStrong Network. We're going to continue to bring more content. We're just getting started here, folks. We're slowly investing more time and working on a lot of things that are going to be coming out here soon. We want to empower you with information, with knowledge, all from a Christian biblical perspective. We're going to focus on finance because we have to be good stewards of the resources that we have. But it's not just about financial resources. It's about all the other resources as well. Your time, your energy, your soul, your heart, your spirit, your mind, everything about you as a person, as a human being, should be adequately equipped for the kingdom work, period. Whatever it is that is for you, whatever your calling, your purpose is, you don't have to necessarily be working at a church or a nonprofit or anything like that, but whatever God is calling you to, you can be very effective in your walk with the Lord and what God is calling you to, wherever you are. So that is what we want to do. We want to give you the tools so that you can be successful in your life. So thank you very much for watching today. This is the 8K Crypto Show. We're going to continue to bring you the latest in crypto, the metaverse, blockchain technology, and all things Web3. Stick around. Make sure you smash on that like and subscribe button. We're gonna give you more and more stuff to help you be successful in crypto. We want you guys to achieve financial independence. And if you stick around to the AlphaStrong Network, we're gonna have another show today called the FIRELife Financial Solutions, where we talk about all things personal finance and help you get your personal finances in order, so that way you have more money to invest in crypto and other things as well. So with that, thank you very much, everybody. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Peace out.